Hi, I'd like to tell you about this 1960 Austin Healey 3000. I was able to acquire this car from the widow of a gentleman that bought it new in 1960 in London. He was from Hawaii, he's an architect, and he owned the car until he passed away, and I bought it from his widow. They went to London in 1960 and bought the car, drove it around Europe, and then had the car shipped back to Hawaii, where it spent 60 years in a place called Wahiawa at the top of the island. And because of my affiliation with the British Car Club, I ended up getting a call from a mechanic that had worked on it for over 30 years. And he said his client was looking to sell her car and would I be interested. So I went down and took a pic of the car. 87-year-old lady, so I probably paid too much. You know, I wasn't gonna beat down, the widow on the car, but it was very cute. One man drove it the whole time, and when I bought the car, I had it brought back to my place, and then I had to take the seat out because for 60 years it was in one position, and we'll call him Mr. T was smaller than I was, so the seat had to go back. The car is amazing. It's a survivor. I wouldn't call it a barn find since it was driven most of its life on a regular basis. When I bought it, it was registered and licensed and ran and drive, and the turn signals work even on 60 Healey. It's pretty amazing. So the car is totally original according to Mrs. T. The car's never been in an accident. It's never been repainted. So it's original paint. Touch-up spots was done by the owner with probably a rattle can from the auto parts store. But so it runs and drives and stops and goes. It's pretty amazing. It starts right away, and anyone that's looking for a project or a person that's into survivor cars, this is a really good starting spot. The only thing that has been modified from factory is at some point during 60 years, someone added an alternator and removed the generator. Other than that, totally stock. And take it back, has a wooden steering wheel now, like a Nardi style steering wheel that didn't have before. It's a true BN7, and from the owner's notes, it comes with the original handbook. It says in here that it was purchased on November 3rd, 1960, Austin Healey 3000, as a 1961. It's a deluxe, in parentheses, place of purchase, London, England, and then the car number and the engine number. And that was written by the owner when he bought it. And like I said, there's startup videos, some driving videos, a lot of photos of the underside of the car. Like all Healeys, you know, it's a starting spot. If it was me and I didn't have another Healey, big Healey, I would probably put an interior kit in it and I would paint it. And I'd call it good. Because like I said, runs, drives, stops, great. You know, obviously you do tires and hydraulics, but that's completely minor. Corrosion, some undercarriage stuff that is not super critical. The doors shut and close. There's some pukas in the inner sill that, you know, could be addressed or it could be left alone and driven for another 60 years. So if you're interested in this car, please check it out online, and it will be up on auction on Bring a Trailer. And thanks a lot.